exactly. So today is December the 22nd, 2020, and we got some Monday Night Raw to talk about the not last Raw, but I think it's going to be the last Raw for 2020. Oh, thank God 2020 is finally almost over, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we have a couple more days or a week away, I think. Hold on, let me check the calendar here. I don't know my days. Let's check the calendar here. So we have a week and 5 days left. So technically it's like 2 weeks. My bad. But ladies and gentlemen, we got some Monday Night Raw to talk about for here. I guess it's not going to be the last Monday Night Raw for 2020, but it's the second last. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of 2021, well, I wasn't really talking about it, but we were talking about the new year. We do. They said on in 2 weeks on Monday Night Raw there will be a special edition of Monday Night Raw. It will be a Legends Night. So that means there's gonna be legends in the building, or maybe on digital. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they said they're gonna do it in 2 weeks. Legends Night on Monday Night Raw. They're talking about Hulk Hogan might be there. Kurt Angle, The Big Show. I even saw Carlito. If you guys don't know who Carlito is, you will find out who he is. But ladies and gentlemen, he was all over the world, and I think he still wrestles. I think. But we got some legends coming to WWE Legends Night. Can't wait. And we got some promos and some segments. Well, tell you what, let's talk about segments. They're all just segments, not promos. But we had segments even on the first part of Monday Night Raw. But let's talk about these segments. I got 3 segments that's on my list here. We got the VIP Lounge with all the champions and MVP, because MVP is not a champion. That's just sad. That's just sad, sad, sad. MVP, what are you doing there? You got nothing. Well, he is like a manager, and half wrestler, so that's what he is. But ladies and gentlemen, he came out with his team, talking about they have all the gold, nobody's gonna beat them, and then he says, you know what, let's have a photo. Let's have a photo of all the champions and the guy that doesn't have a championship belt, MVP, and then you see in the corner, Mr. 24/7 champion was photobombing the photo because his champions, and he's just posing, and then MVP just saw all these guys running, the 24/7 guys, Eric and Lindsay Dorado and Titus O'Neil. Everybody was trying to go after R2 because their business did not know about it. And they were just running around the Christmas tree. It was the holiday season, so they got all these Christmas stuff. I wish they had like things in the presents, but it was just boxes. But they were running around the Christmas tree. We even saw a referee running around the Christmas tree. And then here comes the Hardy Bros, Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle, or Riddle, whatever you want to call him now. They came out, and then you see in the back it's like Scooby-Doo. When they go through these doors and it has the music on, they go through doors and they just come out of nowhere. That's what it looked like on 24/7 title. But ladies and gentlemen, Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy had some words, and I did not know what Riddle was saying, but he was saying some words. And then Jeff Hardy said something about faith, that they're going to beat MVP and Bobby Lashley with faith in their match later on. Then we had Miz TV or Dirt Sheet, whatever they're called. But ladies and gentlemen, we had the Miz and John Morrison talking about the match at TLC that he cashed in on. But ladies and gentlemen, and then he wants to apologize to AJ Styles and to his family because he lost. And AJ Styles came out and he wasn't buying it. He didn't like it. He called him a stupid idiot as well. He called him a stupid idiot. And then almost told John Morrison and The Miz, it wasn't The Miz's fault, it was John Morrison's fault, because John Morrison is the one that cashed in the Money in the Bank. He wasn't Mr. Money in the Bank, it was The Miz. The Miz still lost the Money in the Bank. But The Miz did say, I will get you a shot at the Marine 7, the new movie of Marine 7, And then they saw the poster, and it had almost on it AJ Styles and The Miz, and no John Morrison. It was John Morrison's fault anyways when The Miz lost his title, or his briefcase. But ladies and gentlemen, here comes Drew McIntyre coming out, and he has his own story, but he didn't have a book. He wrote on a napkin. And it was the nightmare after TLC, and they talk about how they beat The Miz and AJ Styles up. But ladies and gentlemen, they didn't have the ending, but the ending was they're going to win in their street fight. And they attacked The Miz and John Morrison and AJ Styles as well. And then we saw the AJ Styles dropkick Keith Lee into Sheamus. And then Sheamus and Keith Lee were arguing in the ring and backstage. Mr. Drew McIntyre was the peacemaker. But ladies and gentlemen, we have Randy Orton coming out as well to talk about what happened in the TLC, the Firefly Inferno match, where we saw The Fiend burst into flames. And ladies and gentlemen, no, Randy Orton has no regrets because this guy is not a human being. And Randy Orton says he's not human as well because he's a sick, twisted SOB. That's what he calls himself. And then the lights goes out. Randy was about to leave. The lights goes out. And then when it comes back on in purple lights, something like that, right? Purple lights? I think it was purple lights. And we saw Alexa Bliss swinging on a swing set in the ring. And she said The Fiend built this for her. Now they're just going to call it Alexa's Playground. There was a rocking chair in the rocking horse, in the ring, and she was just swinging and swinging, and then she had some burn jokes because The Fiend burned alive, and she says he was at home, and home sounds like it's at hell because he was all the way down to the ground. But when she says if The Fiend comes back, you're going to see something that you never ever seen before. And that sounds creepy. Something that nobody's seen before. Even Randy Orton. I wonder what's going to happen there. Well, let's get to the Monday Night Raw because, ladies and gentlemen, we got some championship matches on SmackDown as well. We got the Intercontinental Championship that was made when TLC was happening. And now we got a steel cage match for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns will be versing Kevin Owens in a rematch, but this time in a steel cage match. And we did hear on SmackDown, on this Friday SmackDown, on Christmas Day, Charlotte Flair and Asuka will be defending their women's tag team titles against who we will find out on SmackDown. But ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the women's tag team champions, we got Charlotte Flair and Asuka coming out to celebrate their win at TLC for the women's tag team titles. And they're calling each other friends. Charlotte Flair sounds like she's like a TA for one of those students that needs help. She keep on saying, right, Asuka? Right, Asuka? Hey, Asuka, how you doing? Because Asuka does speak Japanese. She doesn't say words, and she wants try to make her say some words, but it didn't work out because we still don't know what Asuka say in Japanese. Well, maybe Japanese people do. I don't. But ladies and gentlemen, they came out to celebrate and talk about their match. And then Charlotte was about to talk about the Raw Women's title until Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax came out and saying they want their titles back. And they're going to get some seasons beatings, not love. That's just rude. And then here comes Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke to make fun of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler because they don't have their titles, and Shayna looks like a Rudolph or a reindeer with a nose job. I think that's what they said. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the match happened. Because Charlotte Flair and Asuka says, bring on the ramp and let's have this match. So we have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. It was an okay match, but the winner of that match was Jax and Shayna Baszler. I don't think anything really big happened on that match. Then we had Angel Garza versus Drew Gulak. Angel Garza is finally back on Raw. He was on main event most of the times now, but he's back on Raw and versus Drew Gulak. It was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was Angel Garza. Then we had T-Bar versus Ricochet. And this match was Ricochet. I think this is the last member that Ricochet has to fight of the Retribution. But, ladies and gentlemen, they still won't stop, and that is trying to make Ricochet join Retribution. They won't stop. But the winner of that match was T-Bar getting the win, and he did his old finisher. I guess he still does the finisher. Feast your eyes, and he knocked out Ricochet and gets the win. But he did tell Ricochet, join us, or something more bad happens to you. He said we're not your enemy, but if you don't join us, something bad's going to happen to him. But ladies and gentlemen, then we have the Hardy Bros. Riddle and Jeff Hardy will be versing Lashley and MVP. Pretty decent match. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. But the winner of that match was Lashley and MVP. I don't know why it says Hardy Bros won the match. Lashley and MVP gets the win. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we got the bodyguard of the guy that likes to sing a lot and talk about his win at WrestleMania, him getting electrocuted, Elias. Jackson Riker was supposed to be in the match, and he was in the match against Grand Metalik. And we got some music from Elias, but Elias got attacked by Grand Metalik because he was on top of the turnbuckle like a ding-dong. And he got taken out, but ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Grand Metalik was distracted by Elias, and he got a choke bomb by Jackson Riker. And then we had Charlotte Flair and Asuka will be versing Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans, another tag team that can't handle each other or be friends with each other. But the winner of that match was Charlotte Flair and Asuka. Who's going to be versing them on SmackDown? We got 3 championship matches on SmackDown. Well, pretty decent. Then we had Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Keith Lee versus AJ Styles, The Miz, and Morrison in a 6-man street fight, holiday street fight. And it was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed the match, but not a lot of weapons was used. Tables was used. There was cookies and eggnog. Maybe they don't want to, waste food. So they used one table. Or broke one table. And then they used presents. Keith Lee threw John Morrison into one pile of presents and threw The Miz in another pile. And then he threw AJ Styles in the ring. But still, the winner of that match was Drew McIntyre, Keith Lee, and Sheamus. But after the match, we got Sheamus bro-kicking Keith Lee in the face. And Drew McIntyre was asking why, and that was the end of the show. So we will find out next week, what's going to happen. I don't know. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hope you guys are having a great holiday. Hope you guys are ready for Christmas. Hope you guys are going to be safe on Christmas. Because remember, this sickness is still around the world. And some people are not going to be smart and have big gatherings for Christmas. I understand it's family time. But right now, this year, you can't do Christmas right now. Maybe a little gathering. Maybe with your parents, the kids and the parents, if you're living with them. But I don't think you should have big gatherings for this Christmas this year. I know it's horrible. I'm doing the same thing. My brother's doing, my family's doing the same thing. I can't even see my father this Christmas. He'll be coming over to my place, but not very long time. So I'm going to feel like Christmas this year. So I don't feel like Christmas at all. It doesn't feel like it's a holiday. Yes, it is cold. It is the holidays, but it doesn't feel like it's magical or anything happy. Because people are getting sick, people are dying. Yes, it's not magical and happy, but you guys still have to try to be safe. I'm trying to be safe. I'm trying to keep my family safe, so I have to do what they say because I want them safe. And I think you guys want your family safe. So don't do big gatherings and keep yourself safe. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys. I don't know that we're going to see you guys on Wednesday, because of, I don't know, Impact Wrestling is going to do matches, or they're just going to do 2020's review. Like they show 2020 stuff. So if they're doing that, I'm not going to be doing Impact Wrestling. I believe it's a 2-week thing, I think. And then they're doing Euro and Awards, or they're doing that in those 2 weeks. I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, if they're not doing it, I won't be doing no Impact Wrestling, because I don't do reviews over reviews. So yeah, I'm not doing that. So we will see each other maybe on AEW and NXT. Let's see what happens. That's all for me today. That's all this out. Bye.